Hey everybody, welcome to our after show for tonight's What's on the Box. For tonight's Game of Thrones, episode 607, The Broken Man. My name is James.
I'm James.
I'm Chelsea. And I'm Lizzie.
Yeah, we got Lizzie.
Yay.
Normally we have Joel, but he's out of town, and Joel just watches the show. He hasn't read the books like us, and we really like having that perspective, so that's why we have Liz here.
Yes.
She has that same perspective.
Never seen the books. I've seen them, never read them.
That's right. So if that's your point of view, then you have a little surrogate right here. Yep. Yeah. If you don't know, we do an edited version of a recap and discussion called What's on the Box. That comes out Thursday or Friday of the week. It's got clips, it's great, it's fun, but we like to do these right away Sunday night to get our thoughts and opinions out there so you can have it right away. So we can get started.
Yeah, and this is like what an episode to have thoughts and opinions on. I really, really liked this episode.
I have so many thoughts.
So many thoughts and
so
opinions.
Many
So many.
Yeah. We got our only third cold open.
Eppin?
I can't talk today.
We're off to a great start.
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really jarred us all that this episode started with a cold open. Because that usually only happens the first
This is
It's
only the third
only
time.
It's
happened
only the
twice.
third time. The very first episode, what's the second one?
Two Swords, 401.
That's when ice is melted down into the two
Lannister swords.
which we talked about extensively last week.
Which is really powerful. Interesting. Really important thing.
It is an important thing. Someone's
Yes.
paying attention.
Someone watches the show.
It's like the swords are characters on the show as well.
That's right. You're so wise.
So yeah, what interesting choice for a third cold open if they're using them so sparingly, and we got it for the return of Sandor.
Yeah, Sandor Clegane is back. Last seen season 4.
Yes.
When
End
Arya,
of season 4, yep.
when Arya left him to die, you thought he was dead?
I thought he was for sure dead. I didn't even think about it. I know you guys have been talking about Clegane forever, but I was like, he's dead. Like, where is he gonna come from? There he is.
Now he's back, and he was found by Ray. Is the
Yes.
name of this character
Apparently, the Ian McShane character's name is Ray.
Before, I just want to, someone mentioned in the chat that Maggie the Frog might also have been a cold open in 501.
I think you're
in the show.
right.
Oh, that would be the
I think you're right.
season 5 premiere. Thank
Very
you for
interesting.
mentioning that. Who said that?
That was O'Neill.
Thanks, O'Neill.
Oneid.
Yeah.
Whatever. But Chelsea, you were saying?
I don't remember.
So I totally derailed you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, the character's name is Ray.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah, right.
So this character does come from the books. The books he's just we were calling him Elder Brother.
Yeah, that's the name.
Leading up to this. But yeah, it's weird. In the inside the episode, D&D called him Ray.
So I guess his name's Ray.
Yes, his name's
Whatever,
Ray.
he's dead now, but he's a healer.
Oh, Stone Age Stark points out it could be Ray Maribald, Septon Maribald. So this could be an amalgamation of a couple characters from the books.
I didn't realize Maribald's first name was Ray.
I didn't either.
I
Thank
did
you.
not. Thank you.
Yeah.
All I think of when I think Ray is the lightning bug
Um,
from Princess and the Frog.
Someone just said that.
We gonna
Rebecca
take
Lee
it all
just
the way
said that.
down.
Yeah. That's
Obviously, the big Ray in the news right now is Ray in Star Wars too.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that whole storyline. I have a lot of thoughts about that whole plot throughout the episode because there's so many things that I think are converging here. I'm still hyped for Clegane Bull. They're not as hyped. As
I'm less hype, but I think there's a way to do it.
I think there is too. The
Yeah.
gods still have plans for Sandor Clegane.
That was a key line.
To quote
saying that.
Ray.
Yeah. But I think, is your other issue with this, I can relate, is that, I can't relate, but I understand that at the end, Sandor grabs his axe and he's going to kill Mo.
Yes.
And we thought that he had grown.
I thought that was odd, and this isn't like I'm upset with this adaptation choice kind of thing. I just think on a character level, it's a little weird to, and we don't know how this is going to pay off at all, but I think it's weird to have Sandor embark on a revenge plot, you know?
I think he's still a changed man.
I think so too.
I think that he's going to do the only thing that he knows, the only thing he's ever done.
His
But
motivations are different.
Yeah, but I think also that when it comes time for him to actually do it, he's gonna have second thoughts because
Yeah,
of
that's
you.
what I was thinking too.
Yeah. So like he sees this death and destruction brought on these innocent people, and his first instinct, just because of how he's always lived his life, is I'm gonna go kill them. But when the moment comes, I think he's gonna remember the elder Ray and all of his words.
Yeah, that's why I say like we have no idea how that's gonna pay off. So I'll try to withhold any reservations I have.
Go ahead. No.
Oh, and I was gonna move on to possible Lady Stoneheart rumblings, which I don't want to touch on too much because I don't want to spoil stuff.
Well, let's talk about those guys who came in and killed the people on the island.
Yeah, Euron's twin brother.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was
really
Euron
confusing.
with a thicker beard.
I thought he was Euron.
The bad guy beard, as we pointed out just a minute ago.
But I think it's pretty easy to say that the main guy with the yellow cloak is Lemon Cloak, who's a book character who was very exciting to see pop up because I never would have thought by this point we'd get him.
There's a lot of really cool potential backstory with Lemon Cloak. He rides with the Brotherhood Without Banners.
That's right. If you don't remember the Brotherhood Without Banners, they showed up, was it season 2 or 3?
3. Both, but 3 mostly.
And they were the ones who took Arya and Hot Pie and Gendry. They had Thoros of Myr, the priest with the flaming sword and the beard, and he would resurrect Beric Dondarrion, who kept dying. And what was it? A little less.
Part of me, comes back a little less.
Yeah, so that was the Brotherhood Without
They
Banners.
hung out in a cave, and they...
and I remember that because they showed that whenever Jon came back.
Yeah,
right.
And they were good guys. Ned sent them out to deal with the mountain when the mountain was like raping and pillaging.
Yeah.
And even after King Robert died, they kept fighting for the small folk and the little people. But Lem was not there in the show.
Yeah.
At that point,
He was not there when the Brotherhood had the Hound in their
That's true.
possession.
He didn't see them there. In the books, he is there the whole time. So you know that he's with the Brotherhood Without Banners. But in the show...
I think we're going to find out.
Yeah.
So.
Because they have been dropping the Brotherhood Without Banners. They have been referencing them throughout this season.
Since we've last left them in the books, the stream is behind. Since we last left the Brotherhood Without Banners, in the books, there's a split of philosophy, at least. If not a split of personnel. So I think, yes, they are clearly followers of the Red God, and I think that we're going to see, hopefully, I'm excited now, I am super pumped that we're going to see why there is a change in philosophy amongst the Brotherhood, and Lem is going to be part of that. There's also a theory from book fandom that Lem is Lord Lonmouth, who was Rhaegar Targaryen's squire. And this is more R plus L equals J stuff.
Yeah. More possible ways to find out.
Right.
Or for other characters to find out the truth behind Rhaegar Atlanta. I mean, that's digging pretty deep.
Yeah.
But I just read like all about RLJ just now, and I like that.
And
without
cool. It's great. And then once you learn about it, you realize how obvious.
Yeah.
We even got a reference in this episode when Sansa tells Lyanna Mormont, "You were named for my sister."
Yep.
Right.
Or my aunt.
My aunt. Yeah. One other thing I wanted to say about Ray before we move on is I loved the juxtaposition between him and the High Sparrow.
Yeah.
I think that his way of preaching and his way of kind of rallying the small folk around him is so drastically different from what we see with the High Sparrow, and seems to be way more effective, except for the fact that he gets killed.
Yeah, except for when all of them get murdered, which is kind of a.
But I think that's done on purpose.
Yeah, it reminds me again of like going back all the way to Ned Stark. It's like this specific worldview and way of life, unfortunately, doesn't have a place.
The good people
Here.
Which I hope isn't the ultimate lesson of the show.
I
and the
don't
series.
people always die.
Yeah, it can't be that.
No.
But it is, the difference is striking because he has actual humility. He's
Yes.
saying, I don't actually know what the gods want, or
Right.
what they're trying to say.
I love that.
Whereas the High Septon's like, well, actually.
Yeah, I know all. They
Yeah.
are communicating through me.
But yeah.
Yeah, and his whole backstory with he used to be a sellsword of some kind, or a hedge knight maybe, and he's done some terrible things, but he's changed his ways, and people can change, and wanting to change is enough, and all of these things.
I like that he was like, he just gets done telling this story about how he murdered this kid in front of his mother, and then he comes sits down, he's like,
sits down.
Yeah.
I kind of
Pulls out an
over too,
acoustic
like,
guitar.
I couldn't tell if it was like, okay.
And yes, never too late to change, never too late to come back.
Never too late to come back, and then Lem and the other guys
Wink.
show up.
And then here comes the Brotherhood, and here comes maybe Lady Stoneheart.
Liz doesn't know who Lady Stoneheart
Liz is not, so don't look at the chat, Liz.
So we don't want to spoil it
Spoiled.
for her, but we think that this is the door open.
Yeah.
Especially since Ray was hanged. And I think that's
Yep.
a big
That's a big
visual clue.
The motivation is different, though, because
Yes.
they're not Freys, and these people don't seem to have done anything wrong.
We could learn something more about who Ray
is.
was.
Yeah.
He could have fought for the Freys or the Lannisters, if it is in fact the Brotherhood and Lady Stoneheart who carried out this killing.
Is Ray the cool youth pastor of the Seven?
It did
He spins
remind
his
me of
chair
a
around.
summer camp,
Yeah.
like a youth group.
For sure.
It had
jacket.
like youth group vibes, for sure.
I know George has said that she's not coming back in the show, but they all said that John was dead too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you
I
know
mean,
what?
he's not going to be like, yeah, it's going to be great.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't know how involved he's been since season 4. He hasn't.
I think
written
he's
any
been involved
episodes.
very little since season 4.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They're also, never mind.
What were you gonna say?
I just want to know what this Lady Stoneheart thing is.
Do you wanna know?
I want to know. I'm going to
Okay.
Google it when I go
All right.
home, probably.
Spoilers.
I want to do, okay. Hey, live stream, we're gonna, right now, if you don't want to know about Lady Stoneheart, earmuffs for like 2 minutes. Lady Stoneheart.
The rest of the show is just.
Raleigh.
Let me talk about the Great Northern Conspiracy.
Lady Stoneheart is Catelyn Stark.
Okay.
Come back from the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens
But
at the
she
end
was-
of the 3rd book.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the
So
last
it's been a
thing that
long
happens
time.
in the book.
Yeah.
How?
Thoros.
Thoros.
Priest,
From the Brotherhood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he doesn't want to bring her back when they find her body because it's all fucked up, and
Her
Yeah.
throat
She's been
slit.
dead
She's
for
been
a
dead for a
while.
while.
Yeah.
they find her in the river, so her body's all waterlogged.
Ugh.
So Beric Dondarrion, the guy who's been brought back, he
Gives
his
her
life.
like a kiss of life.
So he dies, and she's alive, but she is not like a little.
She's
bit
not-
gone.
yeah.
She's like a zombie.
She's a different person.
Yeah.
She's out for.
Yeah.
And she can't talk because her throat's slit.
It's
She's-
never good to bring people back from the dead. Like, how
Well,
do they watch?
John.
Well, except for John.
Anytime to see Kit Harington man ass, it's all right to bring him back from the
But
dead.
they've been tying back his hair, which I do not like.
But
Well,
yeah, she
Mel
goes
gave him that
around
supercut.
hanging phrase.
Yeah, her whole thing is hanging people
She
who were
hangs
involved in the Red
people.
Wedding. That's the other thing too. Is this episode was full of Red Wedding callbacks.
And last episode.
This whole
too.
And last
season.
episode
Yeah.
too.
That's why I keep wanting to rewatch it because I just forget who was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're brave enough to rewatch it, yeah.
they're in the scene with in the scene at River Run with the Blackfish and the Freys. Not only does the Blackfish echo something that Walder Frey says, where doesn't he says go ahead and do it or whatever.
Oh yeah, there was. I
You
thought
pointed
that
that
was
out when
such
we
a
watched
neat
it.
little parallel that the Blackfish, as the phrase have a knife up to Edmure's throat, is like, fine, go ahead, do it. I don't care. It's exactly what Walder does when Catelyn has Walder's
Yeah.
wife, and he's like, fine, I'll get another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so sure how easily the Blackfish can get another Edmure, but it was very similar. I have to think it was intentional.
Yeah.
I liked it.
That was an awesome scene with Jamie and Bronn coming to River Run where the Blackfish is holed up. And yeah, so you had the Freys in their goofy ass hats.
Oh god, and there was a guy, a Frey, with an even dumber head. They like leveled up, and I don't know what that guy did. I can't tell if that was a reward or a punishment, you know? Like, is it a better hat? I don't know. I don't know how that
Blackfish
system works.
And all of them had like really cool armor.
Yes,
Yeah, they
I
had the fish scale
love.
armor.
I love the Tully.
That's the only way to
armor.
make that trout sigil cool. is
Yes.
to make that armor like
Yeah,
that.
to
The
just, like,
Blackfish
commit
is the
to
only
it.
way to make the Tullys cool.
Yeah.
True.
And I love seeing Jaime's Lannister armor, and I love that they are still committed to the Lannister style of almost kind of Eastern, like, it looked like samurai
It's
armor.
very samurai, yeah.
And
The Lannister helmets,
Yes.
too. Yeah.
And the Lannisters have, like, throughout the whole series, they've had a very Japanese-inspired look. Cersei wears kimono dresses, and I just love the way they do that for every house.
It's very intentional. George has
Yes.
said as much.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I love the implication of the connection to a society or culture that has such an emphasis on, like, honor, where Jaime is known as this man without honor.
Exactly.
Even
So
Tywin,
great.
he doesn't follow rules of honor.
Right.
He like breaks guest right, and he drowns families in sad little holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an interesting connection there.
It just follows up on the point you made last week about Hornhill and their costuming and everything. It's just the attention to detail and things like that. I really
love it.
love.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to say it's like half the reason I watch the show. It's a bitty prick.
Yeah.
I love the castle of River Run too. I think this is the best look we've gotten of River Run as a castle. I don't think that we got like a big exterior before.
Yeah, they probably couldn't afford it.
So I like seeing how it's positioned in the rivers there with the drawbridges and everything. I loved that scene on the drawbridge and the way it was blocked between the parlay between Jaime and the Blackfish. When the Blackfish comes out, he turns his back to Jaime, so confident that Jaime isn't going to do shit to him, and he's taller than Jaime. Jaime is set up right from day one as one of the biggest, baddest knights in all of Westeros, and the Blackfish comes out and is just like, "Listen, kid."
Yeah. And they're so calm too in their discussion. Like, we're gonna kill everyone that you know. Oh well, we're gonna kill everyone that you know.
We got 2 years worth of food in this castle.
Yeah.
Bye.
So great.
Do we know what's gonna happen with that?
No.
We don't. That's past stuff. This conversation happened in the books.
It goes a little bit further, but no, we don't know the outcome completely.
Edmure's still in that shitty situation.
He's in a slightly different shitty situation, but whatever. It's inconsequential.
Yeah.
Bear Island was gorgeous.
Oh,
yeah,
Bear Island
was beautiful.
Okay,
And
we're gonna move on to Bear Island.
Sure, let's talk about
Queen.
that awesome 10-year-old.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah. Bear Island is the castle I would want to live in Westeros. Like, when they showed that exterior shot, I was like, yes, that is everything
I want to live
I
in
want.
an island way
Like
up
a
north.
snowy northern island with a waterfall.
Bear Island, is that further north than even Last Hearth, the Umber's land?
No, I think Last Hearth is the most northernmost.
But I always forget that Winterfell is not right below.
Super north, no.
Winterfell's kind of middle low of the north, and then higher north is Bear Island, Last Hearth, even Carhold, Karstark's land, that's north.
Yeah, Barrowtown, the Dreadfort, and White Harbor are the biggest that are south of Winterfell.
Yeah.
It is exciting too to see Lyanna Mormont. She's a big book favorite. Just a random. I feel like book readers are really attached to her, and it was really cool to actually get to see her in action.
And she was awesome.
Yeah.
What a great actress.
Yes,
Yes,
the actress
She was so
nailed
good.
it.
They looked out hard. Although it did bum me out that in the inside the episode thing, D&D were like, it's kind of comical that there's this little.
They said that?
They kind of said that was part of why
But I
They did.
Oh, I like
Which
that
I
it
thought
wasn't
was
played
like,
for
it's
humor.
never
No.
comical when you have a boy leading one of the houses. Like, Bran is never played for laughs.
I don't know. I could see
mean,
it's the same
Joffrey,
amount
but-
of humor when Bran is there and Rickon's smashing walnuts.
Yeah, I guess.
But it wasn't.
It's not so pointed out like
Yeah.
that. But she kicked ass.
Yeah, I think the humor comes from the first glance at that situation.
Yeah.
And then any humor after that is how unlike.
For sure. And
how
I
serious
bet
she
too
is.
that when Jon, Sansa, and Davos rode up, they were like, this one's easy. That's why they probably did it first.
They went to the Wildlings first. And
That's
that
true.
ended up being pretty easy.
Yeah, and they're like, if we can get the Wildlings on our side, we can get anyone on our side, especially Bear Island.
Yeah, loyal to the Starks, 10-year-old in charge.
Easy.
But you made a good point about how they finally won her over.
Yeah, Davos is so good with little girls.
I know.
Davos has that
about
babysitting experience.
I was about to say, Davos is like the little girl whisperer. And I was like, no. But yes, I thought that was so precious, and I love Davos so much.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Davos
He's
is
probably
great.
gonna die.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't feel good about Davos. I really don't feel good about Tormund.
Oh yeah, I don't think Tormund.
Tormund is a goner.
He's gonna have like
1-1 is a goner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they got 62.
They got
from
62
Sassy
men.
Isle. Oh, I thought it said
Here's
Sassy Isle.
I have a little theory.
What's up?
Sometime during Bastard Bowl, one's gonna come head to head with one of the Umbers because they're
They're the giant breakers. Yeah.
And I wonder if he's gonna get taken down by
By an
By
Umber.
an Umber.
But I think it'll
Horsebane, or wait, is it? Which one is it? Small John in the show.
it's small. Yeah,
Small
John
John.
Umber.
Yeah.
I think that'd be poetic and sad.
I think they'll play the ironic route.
Or I wonder
instead,
if
is
he'll
one will kill.
he'll be like he'll like look at an Umber flag and
Yeah, and then just
see the giant in chains and like
In the show, they don't have the giant.
They don't
in
have the
chains.
chains?
It's just the
It's
chains,
just the
and
chains.
they wear them, so they're the giant.
yeah.
Yeah.
well still that's
Sigils.
I'd be happy if they did that. I'd be a little fancy.
62 Mormon men versus 20 good men.
Yeah, sorry, 1-1 is the giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. So I didn't know that, but I got it.
Snow.
Snow.
So they get the Mormonts, which is great. Oh, by the way, Lyanna is as the
Jorah's cousin.
yes,
Jorah's cousin?
Grayscale Jorah's cousin. She's Gior's
Niece.
niece.
Oh.
So
makes
Jorah's
sense.
cousin.
Yeah.
And
Gior is the Lord Commander from the first.
the old bear.
Oh.
The old bear. He loved the honey.
And
And,
the Mormons are pretty egalitarian too. The women are
The women, are always treated completely
Because if you
equally.
remember in season 1 when Rob has his Lords of the North and you got like the Great John called
Umber.
King in the North, there's a woman there and that's Mage
Mage
Mormont,
Mormont.
which is Lyanna's mom.
Mormons are cool.
Mormons
Mormons
cool.
are very cool.
Mormons are cool.
Mormons.
Mormons.
Pretty cool.
So they get the Mormonts. They fail to get the Glovers.
Yes.
When they head over to
Yeah,
Deepwood
that
Mott.
is Deepwood Mott,
Deepwood,
which is the castle that Yara attacked in season 3.
Yes.
And season 2? 3.
3.
No, it must have been 2.
I don't know.
Because
I don't
that's
know.
when Theon takes Winterfell.
Okay.
And he
Oh.
gets all pissed off because Balon is like, Yara, go take Deepwood Mott. And Theon, go raid the Stony Shore. And then Theon's like, no, I'm going to take a bigger castle.
Wait, is that the same place where Theon goes to in season 4 or 5? And he's like, "Hey, Ramsay will like pardon
No,
you."
it's
No,
Mo
that's Mo
Kalen.
Kalen.
Oh, my bad.
Come on, Jay.
But Galbit Glover, like Mage Mormont, went south with Robb, and that's what Robbit Glover is all pissed off about, is his brother, who was Lord Glover, went to support Robb and died at the Red Wedding.
Was it at the Red Wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, like in the show, you see him?
Well, he's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Presumably. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and between that and the Wildlings, the Glovers do not go over there. And even though Sansa was
People really
confident-
hate the Wildlings.
They really do.
hate the Wildlings.
Yeah, and I didn't get why, but I guess it's just because they're like uncivilized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
It's just otherness. It's
Yeah,
just an
it's not
it's not
otherness.
just
Racist.
otherness. It's also they do come and pillage.
They
the North.
raid,
Like
but-
remember in season
True.
whatever 3,
3.
you saw like Ygritte and Tormund go kill Ollie's parents. They weren't doing
Ollie.
anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Ollie.
mean, Ollie
But
turned out to
yeah,
be a shit,
I do
but-
think a big part of it is they're just other. I mean, like that's human nature to just hate the other. You know. I
Yeah.
don't think there has to be a bigger reason beyond that necessarily.
Yeah.
And you know.
I think the bigger issue with Robert Glover is no one came to help
Right.
Deepwood Mott. And
Yeah.
like he says, like his wife and kids were thrown in the dungeon.
Yeah. Like
You
he's
know.
done.
I didn't know his brother died at the Red Wedding. I thought he was just mad because he like went off to marry that girl.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
weren't
people
there to
also
defend.
really don't like that,
Yeah, that he did that.
which I get, I guess, but
Probably shouldn't have done that.
It was I don't think anyone would agree that was a good idea.
no.
Kind of lost the war with that one.
Yeah.
There's
But
Let me grab this.
But that's the whole like, you know, Jon and Sansa trying to recruit troops and that whole story. I feel like you can read a lot into it in terms of the broken man.
yeah,
I think
you made
there's
this
a
point. Yeah, that's a
lot,
great point.
Because when you look at Jon and you look at Sansa as leaders of House Stark, neither of them fulfill the requirement to be the man of House Stark. You could say that they're like these broken men because Jon's a bastard, Sansa's a woman, she's not qualified.
Yeah, and just compared to how easy it was for Robb to gain support of all his Northmen in season 1, and how like originally he just gathered them together to save Ned, and they ended up declaring him king of the North. Like he wasn't even the one to be like, I'm going to be king of the North. That was his men.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Will people ever consider Sansa a Stark? Because like he was saying, like, are you a Lannister? Are you a Bolton? Like I can't remember at this point. Can you like get divorced and like take back your name?
She could get divorced from
Ramsay?
Tyrion, because
but
they never
not
consummated
Ramsay.
the marriage. But Ramsay, no.
So she's still technically married to Tyrion?
No.
No.
Because that was never consummated.
Yeah.
They never had sex. So,
Okay.
So
And that's what matters.
But her and Ramsay,
Did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't need to relive that.
never again.
I think it's interesting that they focus on that, and I think that's something that Sansa didn't consider. I think that she really thought that.
She's just like, I'm a Stark. And
Yeah,
they'll
like
love
I'm
me.
a Stark. Everybody's going
She's
to
so
rally
sure.
behind me. I think that that's something. I don't think it's an accident that Lyanna Mormont bought into it, albeit with that Davos's convincing, and Robert Glover did not. As I think that there's a disconnect there from a male perspective versus a female one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that they're going to run into with some of these other houses as well. I'm curious if we'll get Lady Dustin. I doubt it. Probably
They
not,
haven't been
but that
named
would be another.
They've talked about the Kerwins.
Yeah, are
Right.
there any other lady-led
There's
houses
There's
that they're
Lady
gonna get?
Dustin in the books, who is a lady of a smaller northern house like the Glovers or Mormonts. She's part of Great Northern Conspiracy because she sides allegedly.
Yeah, she's got allegedly like a chip on her shoulder about
Because
Starks. She was supposed to marry Ned,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh.
And then when Brandon was killed by the Mad King, and Ned stepped up to marry Catelyn, she was set aside, and she's still bitter about
She
that.
didn't get in on that.
I would
Yeah.
like to see Lady Dustin. I don't think.
No,
She was
but
the one
it
who
would
went
be
into the crypts with Theon?
yeah.
Okay.
It would be interesting to see another lady, like head of house, who maybe would support Sansa.
They've name-dropped Kerwins. I don't think we'll see them because they were like, no, we don't have time. They've name-dropped Manderleys.
There are some very strong female Manderleys.
Oh, there are, yeah.
Wyla Manderly.
Yes.
Who also has a great speech that maybe we
Probably
just
won't get.
Yeah.
We're just not
Probably
going to
won't
get. We're not going to get great speeches on
I
this
also
show.
remember in the books that
She dyes her hair green.
she has green hair.
Cool.
The Manderley's like
the Manderley's sigil is a merman.
merman.
Oh my god.
So she dyes her hair
They-
green.
I don't
has her
think you
hair green.
understand. I'm obsessed with them. I think they're
Is
fantastic.
she an Instagram celeb?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm so pumped for Manderleys because they keep name dropping them.
Yeah, and Manderleys have this, they play into the Great Northern Conspiracy. They have a great speech. So I think we'll get it next episode.
I hope
maybe.
so. They're instant fan favorites.
They need.
you know?
Well, and the other thing too is they need the men.
Yeah.
Like they need
Well,
the Manderley
that is
men.
why she
That's
wrote
why
to
Sansa writes to
Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
So I
Right.
mean, we think that's
Man, that
Presumably.
smells so good. Is there another one of those?
Gingerbeard's
That's
last
the
one.
last one.
It smells amazing.
But yeah, so Sansa wrote Littlefinger, so I'm guessing we're going to get the Knights of the Vale to come in on Jon
Which is
Snow.
what I was thinking. Like, whenever they had their meeting, I get why she was like, I don't need your men. But I was like, well, yeah, you do. Just take them.
Yeah.
But then she's going to owe Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to go around owing Peter Baelish.
Wouldn't they call it even though? Like, he gave her to Ramses.
Yeah,
You're going to call
right.
it even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Littlefinger never calls.
I have a very different view from everyone on the show. I'm
But
like,
I'm-
just get over it, okay?
I'm
right.
curious though, if like once that is all said and done, and the Knights of the Vale show up under Bronzion, like where his support's going to happen once the battle is done. Like once the battle is done, and presumably things go as you would expect for a main character in a fantasy series. Then what? People aren't going to be like, "Thanks, Peter, you did it!" Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
But he doesn't have any ill will towards the Starks, so I don't think.
who?
Bronzion.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like Baelish.
Yeah. I don't know. He'll just jetpack away.
Yeah. I do. I also want to see Bronzion out in the battlefield.
Yeah. And Sweet Robin.
And
apparently, I heard that he wasn't supposed to be that bad at archery, but the kid just...
The kid was that
bad? Oh. That kid's great at that role.
Yeah.
Give him credit.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect casting.
For sure.
I hate him, so he's good.
Yeah, exactly.
High Sparrow and Marjorie back in King's Landing.
They're really getting their money out of that set.
Yeah. I know, they always go to sit in that same alcove. And
yeah.
It's gotta
like,
be...
how many times can Jonathan Pryce, like, cross and sit?
Yeah, it's gotta
Does
be...
she have to read the book there?
Yeah, right. It's gotta be in a studio, because they're never sitting on the other side.
That's true, yeah.
It's like a sitcom set.
No,
it's got a fourth
you
wall.
know that if you tilted the camera up, there's a lighting
just,
credit.
Yeah, right.
And that's why they keep
just
sitting
Kina flows.
That's why they keep sitting in the same spot, because it's already lit.
Yeah. It's probably they probably book like that stage for a week and like all the directors just rotate
exactly.
in.
Yeah, actually, Lindsay, I disagree that it feels like they just had Sansa keep Littlefinger and his army a secret so they could have him swoop in to save them. I think that's what's going to happen, but I think there's character motivation.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of subtlety behind that. Besides just the dramatic moment of like hearing a horn and then seeing the Knights of the Vale, or however it ends up happening. Like, I think that even though that's going to be like a pretty typical high fantasy moment, the undertones of that elevate it.
Yeah, like Sansa wanted to be independent from Littlefinger.
Right.
I think that's legit.
Game of Thrones was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Oh yeah, do you think Septa or Nella noticed this little notepad?
I don't think so.
No.
I think Marjorie is cunning enough. My question is, does the High Sparrow realize that Marjorie is being insincere?
I don't think so. I think he's that arrogant at this point.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that separates him from Sept and Ray.
Yeah.
Sept and Ray.
But
That's
yeah,
really a good
I
point.
think that Marjorie knows how to play him so well at this point that he doesn't even have to pat the seat next to him for her to sit down. She just sits down, and he's like, in his mind, it's like, oh yeah, she's
she's trained.
there.
Yeah.
Is he kind of like the broken man because she's figured out how to play him? And
I guess.
I think that's a little bit of a
hey, you know what? If I was writing an English paper, I needed another paragraph.
Man, there's 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
I just don't understand where they're going with the whole High Sparrow thing. Like, why?
I think it's.
Why does she have him on their side?
I think that
Loras?
it's she's still trying to get Loras.
I think she's trying to get rid of them.
She's trying to get rid of them. She's trying to
fix her.
Marjorie is
Like keep
trying
your
to
enemies closer kind of
stabilize.
thing?
Yeah.
I think that Marjorie is trying to stabilize King's Landing.
Yeah.
But the whole overall plot in King's Landing with the Sparrows and the Faith and everything is destabilizing, which is setting up the long game, I think, of Dany coming in. And Dany, it's paving the way for Dany to return and be viewed as a heroic conqueror instead of an invading force. Because if Cersei burns down, if the Faith and the Lannisters come to a head and Cersei burns down King's Landing, they're going to view this, they're going to be like, well, things were better before, and before shows up with dragons and an army.
Yeah, but from a character standpoint, I feel like she's accepting the conditions that Cersei created by putting the Faith in power, and she's just accepting them and playing along with them, and she wants to get rid of the Faith because she wants to show those cleavage.
That's such a oh yeah, no more Marjorie cleavage. You
We
guys,
noticed
I don't
that.
think. But that's such a Tyrell way to work with that situation, is kind of pull strings and work with what you have.
Well, I think we've talked about swords, we've talked about sigils, now let's talk about words.
Yeah.
Like, the Lannister words are Hear Us Roar, and that's all Cersei does.
Mm-hmm. She's not one for subtlety.
Yeah, she's out there and brash and very in your face with her plans, whereas the Tyrell words are growing strong. Mm-hmm. Marjorie is planting seeds and letting them grow and develop, and roses are a vine, aren't they? Like, or they're bush. They're bush, yes. So it's this.
I know that much.
Yeah, it's this kind of spreading of something that on the surface appears beautiful and then has thorns underneath it. So I think that is
putting on the face.
Putting on the face and then having this. And her note is a rose, and that rose is enough to let Elena know where she stands. And it confirms what we've been saying the last couple episodes, that she's...
And it's like a fully bloomed rose,
right.
too.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're going with
Before
this
she
now.
did that, I had a second of doubt, because she was playing it so well. I was like, damn, is she really just bought over to the High Sparrow? But no.
Natalie Dormer is just another amazing actress on this show.
I love her.
Live stream. Who thinks that Septa Unella looks like Colin Hanks?
Yeah.
Because I do.
Wait, so the houses have words and then also like a saying? Because Lannister always pays their debts.
Yeah.
They don't all.
They don't all. The
Lannisters are
Lannisters do.
That way.
I
Yeah.
can't really think of
Another
A
house
second one that has
yeah.
like secondary words.
Winter
and
is
not really.
coming.
Winter is coming.
That
Those
is
are the
the
official
Stark
words.
words.
Yeah.
They don't really have like a
Starks,
catchphrase.
Yeah.
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 I think that's just a Lannister.
The North remembers, kind of, but that's not specific to the Starks.
Yeah.
Because people do get confused and think that the Lannister words are Lannister always.
Even
thinks
Bran
That's
thinks
what I
that.
thought.
Yeah, Bran
Yeah.
thinks that.
And
Yeah,
Maester
yeah.
Luwin's like, no.
But yeah, no, they're just hear me roar.
Oh, those
Yes.
are like things that people learn,
Yeah.
like in the book.
Yeah.
They have to learn that. They have to learn the
There's
sigils.
this.
and
Yeah, I
there's
remember
this,
that, I
Yeah,
remember that.
Right.
Sister Act vibes from
Someone.
I will follow him.
Someone said that they think Olena's gonna die next episode.
I hope not.
No.
Do you think she's gonna die? Period.
No, I think she's going to get out. I think that she's served her purpose. She said that scene with her and Cersei was great. Everything is your fault. Feel it, Cersei. and then she's going to peace out and head back to Highgarden. I hope we get to see Highgarden as a result.
Oh, I want to see Highgarden so bad.
It's gonna be like France up in there.
It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I was telling them that
Oh, yeah,
she
like
just
Versailles.
needs like that vine to follow her everywhere where they're just like, oh, and like the guy's falling over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just the queen of sick burns.
Yeah.
And then Liz, you said you felt bad for Cersei.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't believe
I
it.
can't believe after her Walk of Atonement, I'm like starting to feel bad for her, and like this whole freaking series, I'm like, please die, someone kill her.
That's the amazing thing about the show and the books. And I remember like a couple weeks ago, there was a thread on Reddit with someone being like, I see all these people who like Cersei, like the last, like don't forget, like they're assholes, like but that's what's so amazing, I think, about these characters is like it's really hard to.
Well, it's the same way. I think you were making sympathetic noises towards Theon in this episode, and he killed and burned 2 farm boys.
Honestly, I don't care. He went through so much that I feel
But that
way
doesn't-
more
See,
bad about
that's
him.
interesting to me because I don't care about that. Like, Theon is unredeemable for me.
Well, for me, I still haven't forgiven the Hound for killing me.
Micah?
Micah, yeah.
Wow.
He was just the poor little butcher's boy.
I don't know. The
This little
Hound.
guy.
Yeah.
He was just following orders.
He was just, yeah. Like, I feel.
Gregor just follows orders.
Does he?
No,
though?
he takes it
doesn't.
too far.
Well, I'm sure I could think of another example.
But this is what's great about this series is that we can have this argument about like the moral gray area that
does
these characters.
the good wash out the bad?
Right.
Right, which is
Yeah.
that's
people.
Septon Ray's whole point. That's what he's preaching to bring that back to. I wonder if it's R-E-Y or R-A-Y. I'd love to see a script and see if it's R-A-Y, like just like Ray
Just
Romano.
Ray.
Oh, it's not too worried.
Everyone comes back.
I'm not mad at Theon. I'm mad at Theon just because I want him to like snap out of it. I want him to stop being Reek and start being like good Theon.
Sure.
I think if you rewatch season 2, you might be less sympathetic towards Theon.
I just think Bolton, like anyone who has to go through what he puts them through, I feel bad for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, still no Ramsay.
Great.
Another episode without him. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But lest you forget, there's a line in one of the trailers where he's like, "Do you like playing games, little man?" And he has Rickon.
I think that's going to be the setup for Bastard Bowl, though.
Yeah, which will be the 9th episode. Next episode is entitled No One, which will have to do with Arya. Which,
Yeah, people keep bringing up Arya.
Yeah, let's talk about Arya because that was crazy. That
You know what the best kind of armor, though, is to protect gut stabs?
What?
Plot armor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't put a character through 2 seasons of training in a foreign country and then just kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's fine.
Yeah.
I think she's fine too, but how did she not know? Why was she just standing on a bridge like, la la la, I'm escaping.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be great. And I saw the old woman, I'm like, that's her, you better run.
It is frustrating that one of the kind of flaws in Arya's character, and I don't mean flaws as like a critique, I mean like one of the things that's part of her character that is a flaw, is kind of her overconfidence and her entitlement and her arrogance, and I think it bothers me a little bit to see that as soon as she leaves the Faceless Men, she's right back to that.
Yeah.
Like she carries herself. It's like back when she used to work for Tywin. It's like you're walking around like a lord, you know. Like you're not walking around like someone who lives on the street. Like you're not walking around like a Braavosi. Like you're walking around like a lady of Westeros. Her hands behind her back. It's just like when Tyrion was walking around at the beginning of the season. And I think like why isn't she going about things a little bit with a little bit more intelligence? And then like obviously that's who it is.
Yeah. Some people are saying they don't think it's Arya.
Who got stabbed?
Yeah, they think it's someone wearing her face, but
no.
Can you be a random person wearing a face if you're not a faceless man?
Well, it would be a faceless man. I think someone said it was Jaqen wearing her face. I don't think it would take away.
That's a lot of like.
Yeah,
I think the only way
there would be a lot of retconning that would have to explain that.
I think the only way they can get away with something like that is if they reveal it right away in the same episode. I think it's lame if you have her stumbling through the streets bleeding, and then it's like...
And no one helps her.
Yeah.
A bleeding child in the street, and they're just like...
They're probably like, oh, good, one less orphan to steal from.
I hope, we've been talking about it the last couple episodes, our desire for Arya to end up with the players.
Yeah.
I hope that she ends up with the players next episode and that Lady Crane kind of takes care of her.
And then we'll find where the money comes from.
Who's funding that play?
Who's funding that pro Lannister play?
It's Arya the entire time.
Oh man, where'd she get that money from? She
stole it. I think it's implying that she stole it. Those were Braavosi coins. Those weren't Westerosi coins.
I think she just stole them from someone.
Yeah, I think she just stole them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's a skilled thief. That's been established.
Yeah, those skills are...
No barrack hanging. The Brotherhood doesn't do evil shit until...
Yep, that's right, Soul Pursuit. That's why we think Lady Stoneheart is going to happen in the show.
Yeah.
Although, they built it up last season too with some hints, and wasn't the finale called Mother Mercy?
Yeah.
Which
is another name for Mother Mercy.
Mother Merciless.
Yeah.
So they really hinted at it. Lena Headey had an Instagram post with a
that was at the end of
stones.
season 3.
No, that was at the end of 4.
It was at the end of 4?
Yeah.
So everyone thought she was hinting.
They've been teasing us forever, but I think that they're gonna do it.
So the theory is that Lady Stoneheart did that to the people who were with.
Yeah, the people that she commands.
Yeah, which is the band with the Brotherhood without banners.
She's out purely for revenge.
But why would she kill them?
That's a good question, and we don't know.
Yeah. I think the hanging of Septon Ray implies that he was somehow involved with the Freys and Lannisters.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because he did say I used to be. Yeah, maybe you worked
guilty by association.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He admitted to killing a kid, which might be enough.
Orders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we hope Arya's going to go back to the play people.
I hope so
who
too.
Else she knows. She can't.
She doesn't know anyone else in Braavos.
Yeah,
she already saved Lady Crane's life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they kind of
owe her. Yeah.
And she can't go to the House of Black and White for the healing. But she got stabbed in the gut and twisted.
But don't you remember Reservoir Dogs? You can live from that.
Oh yeah.
He says you'll live for a long time if you're shot in the gut. So I imagine if you're stabbed by a little knife, you can get by.
Yeah.
The Hound lived.
Yeah, but that was
he survived his injuries.
Right?
No, he was beat to shit. And I think she'll be okay.
I was like, if the Hound can live, Arya can live.
100 noobs dead. Why didn't Arya have her sword?
I think she did. I think it happened too fast for her to get a draw.
I don't think she had it on her, because you would be able to see it. I don't think she had it on her.
Oh,
well,
I was looking for it. I think she still because walking around with a sword, you're asking for trouble. It happens when she first gets to Braavos.
Mm.
You know.
Well, Peony said that's why people don't think it was Arya.
No.
I think if she wore it in the public, like, yeah, she would get attention and people would try to steal it. Someone would steal it from her.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a nice sword.
It is good steel. When she first
Castle
was traveling
Forge steel.
north,
Yep.
the Gendry or not Gendry, but Hot Pie and Lamy were like, "I'm gonna take that from you. I kicked a kid to death one time."
I think it's Arya.
There's Iron Island stuff that we didn't really talk about.
Oh yeah,
A little bit. We
Theon
talked
and
about
Arya and
Theon.
Volantis.
Yeah.
Yara's a lesbian.
And nobody cares.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's great. Has that been hinted at all before in the show?
No.
Okay,
No.
cool.
I think and everybody just
No
moves
one was
forward.
no one was grossed out about it.
No.
Like, they were all just like
Yeah.
chilling.
Have we
Cool
had
with
other
it.
Like her
lesbians?
crew, like her.
They're like, yeah.
They're just like, yeah. No, I don't think so.
Well, it's a nice change from Loras and Renly in the other seasons.
I mean, the people, the Sand Snake friends, like, they're like all
They're
they're all bisexual.
like open, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
strictly
cool.
lesbians, but
Yeah.
Strictly lesbian. That's a good band name. Yeah, Yara's awesome. I guess she toughened up Theon. Right? It's about time.
He's
for him to,
a broken man. She explicitly says the words broken
Yeah.
man.
I
Arya
think she said
or
broken
Yara does.
hound or something like that.
so I think she
Or
was just
broken
in my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is just like trigger word after trigger word for Theon.
Yeah.
Like they're in a brothel. She brings up dogs. It's just like
Yeah, right.
yeah, like she's giving him commands.
Yeah,
like,
she's like, I'll have a fillet of fish sandwich.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we just checked in with them to see their progress, but
And
they
she
said-
outlines her plan.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said specifically they're going to Dany.
yeah, which I guess we needed to hear that explicitly said, which that's cool. We know where they're going. When will they get there? Probably not till the finale. Yeah.
Where are they? Are they going to Marine?
They're going to Marine.
Okay.
They were in Volantis.
Which is like, I wish, so many times tonight I've wanted to pull out a map.
I
and show
know.
you
I wish we
Yeah.
could cut to a map.
Yeah.
We can look at a map.
Well, no. But yeah, it's like halfway there. Varys and Tyrion stop there on their way to Marine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're almost there.
Yeah.
They talk about that place a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Volantis?
Yes, I've heard that name. a lot.
Volantis was part of the envoy of other slaving cities that Tyrion spoke with earlier in the season.
Yeah, so
Got
Volantis
it.
is against
Dany.
However, if it's similar to the books, and I'm not sure if they've given any indication of this,
think so.
there are like religious preachers of the Lord of Light in Volantis saying Dany is Azor Ahai come again. So like the slaves of Volantis might be pro Dany.
Oh, they
Well,
did. They
that's-
did.
well,
Yeah,
that's
because
a
that's
Did she not
what's her
free them?
face.
Yeah, that's.
No, 'cause
She
she's
hasn't
so far
gotten there
away.
yet.
Oh,
But that's the other red woman's job.
Kinvana?
Yeah.
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 She's from Volantis?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Tyrion
And
Varys saw her.
Rob Stark's wife is from Volantis.
Oh, Talisa, yeah.
She's from
she
Volantis?
Was Valentine,
She was
yeah.
she was a
royalty.
highborn lady.
Why did I think she was
Larathi?
Lysine? Yeah.
No.
I don't know who's Lysine.
Jorah's wife was Lysine.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right.
And yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no. She,
Oh yeah. Someone.
yeah.
Stark. Correct
Leo.
Nicole. Oh, Leo, the Lord of Light will restore Theon's pee-pee. Leon, I don't know if Leo. I don't think.
I don't think they have that ability.
Yeah.
Melisandre just has to cut some pubes off and burn them.
Yeah.
We've talked about everything that's happened in the episode. Do you guys have questions or do you have comments that we can in turn comment on?
Didn't you say you had something to say about the waif and Arya?
Oh, that was my plot armor joke.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
I was sitting on that one.
Waif has gotta die.
Waif has
next
gotta
episode.
die.
Please.
There's a theory.
Want her
There's
to
a theory
die.
going around that there's some kind of Fight Club situation with Arya and the Waif. No.
I hate
I
it.
don't like it.
Where the waif is actually just Arya Stark, and
Yeah.
that like the waif will. I think this episode kind of
Yeah.
killed it because it would have happened, but the waif would have stabbed and killed Arya, and then gone back to Jaqen and been like, Arya Stark is dead, and he's like, who are you? And she takes it off, and she's Arya, and she's like, no one. But like, we don't want Arya.
I
to be
don't want her to be no one.
Yeah, we want her to be Arya Stark.
Yeah.
It's growth, I think. There was an article about the Winds of Winter chapter.
We're not gonna go into that.
Oh, preview sample chapter.
That's a preview. That's beyond just all the book stuff that we talk about. So we're not.
Yeah, especially when it comes to Winds of Winter chapters, which someone pointed out we've gotten a full 1/7 of the book released so far. Just the
Is that
preview
true?
chapters.
Yes.
Yeah, we've already read 1/7 of the book.
There's Elaine, Mercy.
There's a ton. There's Tyrion.
so
ones
many.
that I
There's
didn't even know
Tyrion
about.
ones?
Yeah, but yeah, especially in Essos, the book stuff is so vastly different than in the show.
Incredibly
it doesn't
different. Barristan Selmy's still alive.
There's like a big war going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't even bother
No.
talking about.
Yeah, we think that Sansa wrote to Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
And do we think that Euron will halt Dany's progress with a bay battle like Iron Islanders versus Dany's crew? Maybe.
Yes, I do. I think that Euron's going to what I think could be interesting is if Euron shows up and Arya and Theon show up, and Dany has to make a choice about who to side with.
Yara.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yara. Yeah.
Who did I say?
Arya.
Oh,
But yeah.
that's a twist.
So yeah, I think we'll get some kind of ship battle between the Iron Islanders.
Yeah, between Yara
Theon,
and Euron. Yeah.
Why do you think the next episode is called No One?
Because I think we're finally going to conclude that arc of Arya.
Arya, yeah.
So I'm thinking death of Waif, maybe a parting scene with Jaqen, maybe. I don't know if they get that sentimental.
She could get real epic and like burn down the House of Black and White or something
Do
crazy.
you think that Arya would kill Jaqen?
Yes, I think if given the chance, she would.
You think she would? I don't think she'd be capable of it though.
No, like
Yeah.
skill-wise.
But you think intentional?
I think if
Like-
given the chance, she would at this point.
Oh wow, just to save herself?
Yes.
Well, maybe she should start by being more careful around old ladies.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw a good question here. Where's Melisandre?
Yeah, no, that is a good
That
question.
is a good question.
Because she rode out with them from the wall, but we haven't seen
She
her.
isn't
Oh.
with Brienne. She made that point of like to Davos, like I'm gonna do whatever Jon Snow tells me
They
to do.
rode out
And I don't
together.
think Brienne
Yeah.
would take Melisandre.
No
with her.
way.
No.
So
That'd be the most awkward road trip ever.
So yeah, I don't know where she's probably there, but they just don't want to pay Carice Van Houten.
Yeah.
Yeah, just save some money on actresses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, what would she really add that Davos isn't, you know?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen when Euron and Dario face themselves? We can finally stop talking about that.
Let's see. Hound for Faceless Men.
No.
The preview for next week too.
Oh yeah, we can talk about the preview.
Oh, there's
Did
a lot.
Brienne
in
and
that
Jamie
preview.
back together
Brienne
again.
and Jamie.
Yeah, finally.
Very exciting. We continue the Riverland story.
Maybe like Jamie will remember that he like grew when he was with Brienne
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be better.
I think seeing Brienne is definitely going to challenge Jaime.
But his quote from the preview
That
is
frustrating voiceover.
him talking about Cersei and him being like,
Oh.
"I'll kill everyone to get back to Cersei."
I know. I know. I hate it.
Yeah. Just to do one of those annoying in the books. In the books, so he goes to the Riverlands and she's still in jail and she sends a letter for him and he like burns it. He's so over Cersei in the books.
He should be.
Right? Wouldn't that be
he
more
should be,
interesting
yeah.
than
Yeah.
just constantly being in love with her?
And like it's such a bad
Gendry and
love.
Bravos, that'd be awesome.
Well, like an unhealthy love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the fact that they're twins.
And Cersei's terrible to him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and show Jamie is raped her that one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the disputed rape, it was like not meant to be rape, but it was.
Yeah, the
definitely rape.
showrunners were like, "What? Oh, we didn't mean." Yeah, that
It's
was
like, wow,
a
guys.
mess.
Yeah, we're gonna get some mountain action.
Oh, next episode, yeah, we're finally gonna see the Mountain kick a lot of Faith militant ass.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna rip someone's head off, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Violence. Yes.
Yeah.
What's next for the Hound? I guess some investigative work, finding out who those guys were and what.
There's nothing
Just investigative
like
work.
detective.
Detective Hound,
I'll
yeah.
have 3 chickens.
Yeah, the Hound's gonna go eat some chickens and kick some ass, but
Yeah.
he's all out of chickens.
Very exciting. Do you think the episode hints at Clegane Bowl? I do. Or maybe the Hound will take Brienne's plot with Lady Stoneheart. I don't think that the Hound and Lady Stoneheart are going to interact. Here's how I think they're going to get to Clegane Bowl.
Yeah,
I don't think I
you
said this
explain that.
earlier.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
So because the Brotherhood Without Banners follows the Lord of Light, we got Lem saying the night is dark and full of terrors in this episode. I think because of that, when the Hound takes revenge on them, he'll be championed by the small folk as a hero of the faith. And word of that is going to get back to the High Septon. And once the Mountain, like, wrecks all the dudes that they have, they'll bring in Sandor as this, like, folk hero as their champion.
Because he's fighting this other religion.
Right. Yeah, which is just an accident.
All of that would have to happen in the next episode.
Yes,
though.
to set up the 10th episode.
So if they didn't have the Hound as their champion, who would they have?
That's the problem. It's like Lancel.
Loras.
Yeah,
Loras, maybe.
Yeah, how about we just watch the preview together and comment on what we see?
Okay.
Okay. Are we allowed to?
All right, can we do this?
I think so.
There's a lot of game. Let's talk over it.
Yeah, okay.
Here, I'm going to turn it down.
And your bodies are blocking it enough, I think.
Yeah, you can't really see it, but yeah, I can pause it too as...
All right, so we've got, this is I Choose Violence.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot in the trailers for the season.
Yeah.
And so
She's said it like 20 times.
Yeah, I Choose Violence. Yeah. And yeah, we finally get Lancel back.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh no, for who would be the champion, if Lancel survives this encounter, which maybe he won't, that'd be
that's
awesome.
what I think, is that he's not going
him,
to.
But it could also be Loras as a way to repent and get out of his situation.
Against the Mountain?
That's the thing.
Well, rip him.
He has defeated the Mountain before.
No,
by cheating.
By cheating, and then Sandor came in to save Loras.
Oh, what if we just had a
repeat of that
Do you remember
fight?
that from season 1?
That was episode 4,
During
Cripples,
the
Bastard,
King's
and Broken
Jesus.
Things.
It was during the King's tourney. Yeah, that's right.
The Mountain and Loras are riding against each other, but Loras picked a mare.
A mare, and he...
So the Mountain's horse was all horny and threw the Mountain off, and Loras won that way. And then the Mountain tried to kill him, and Sandor came in and stopped him.
That was the first and only time that the Mountain and the Hound have fought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're looking for a repeat.
Right.
But yeah, if Loras was involved in there, sure, that would be awesome.
I think that'd be great. That'd be a great callback.
It'd be cool because we would all be like, oh no, our hype is dead. And then it'll be like, what is hype may never die. Bring in Sandor.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get a lot of that. I Choose Violence.
Subscribe to Practical
Another great shot of River Run.
Oh yeah, so Brienne's saying I might have to fight Jamie.
She loves him, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah?
Big
oh
time.
yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I always thought that.
Yeah. I think that she's going to have some really conflicted feelings. I'm also curious what that letter from Sansa is going to do to the Blackfish, because he may abandon River Run.
What letter from Sansa?
Brienne hands the Blackfish a letter, and that's Sansa's orders of, we need help. Come north and help us.
Oh, so you think he might actually just be like, here's the castle, I'm going to go north.
Yeah, because the Blackfish can get out of River Run secretly through the river.
Oh yeah, that's how he escapes.
That's how he escapes before, and that's presumably how he got back in. They mentioned it last week in the episode with the phrase, how the Blackfish knows the castle better than anybody else.
Yeah.
So you think that he's definitely going to help Sansa?
Not necessarily. I think that it would be...
He didn't care about the Tully guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it would be interesting if he chooses Sansa over River Run as more of, it's better for my duty to Cat, family, duty, honor. Speaking of words, the Tully words are family, duty, honor, and family is first. And I think that if Sansa, Catelyn's daughter, were to say, I need help, the Blackfish could answer that and forsake his castle.
But Edmure is his family, too.
Yeah, why didn't he care about him? Just because he
they
knew they wouldn't
can't kill
do it?
Edmure. Yeah, Edmure's more valuable as a hostage. And I think that we're going to get Jaime's honor questioned in the next episode by Brienne of what to do with Edmure. So...
Also, if Lady Stoneheart does come back and she is against Jaime like she is in the books, that produces a conflict with Brienne, who loves Jaime but is sworn to Catelyn. But I think this might be
she's so sworn to Catelyn.
She's so sworn.
Never over it. I could never be a knight. I'd just be like, well, she's dead, so whatever.
Stupid oaths.
The Blackfish does give no fucks.
Oh, this is Jaime's voiceover about getting back to Cersei. What was that? What was that sword
who was
drop?
that guy?
I think that was the Blackfish,
Well, there
which
was
might
the wave.
which might just send everything I just said moot,
who
make
was
everything
that?
I just said moot.
And nope.
Oh.
Right there. No,
That's the Blackfish.
Is that the Blackfish?
No, I don't
No.
think that's the Blackfish. That looks like a Glover.
He's way older.
I can't tell who that is. Anyone know who it is?
He
Taking
has
out
short
a sword?
hair.
At
But is this
That's
scale
pretty-
mail or not?
I thought that was Brienne.
That's
And the-
not. That's
no,
a dude.
Oh, that's
no,
a dude.
no, the guy on the right.
I didn't think that was a person.
Oh, that might be. That was a big person.
Oh, these montages are always
They're
crazy.
too fast. Everything's so dark.
Yeah. No. That could, if anyone knows who that is, that'd be great if you could tell us.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get some
Tyrion and dragons. Keep
Yay.
playing. Next shot.
Oh, is it dragons?
He's looking up.
Oh.
He's always looking up.
No, but there was like a shot that like was the implication of dragons.
Okay.
He's always looking.
I don't know who.
Oh, that was
Brienne.
Brienne.
It was Brienne and
Someone.
Probably the Blackfish.
I don't think it's a Blackfish.
Doesn't he have longer hair?
Yeah, see,
Yeah, he
that's
does have longer
that's
hair.
tear the
tear the head off someone.
Yeah.
He does have longer hair, but like logically, I'm like,
Who else would it be?
yeah. But I don't recognize faces, so that's also a problem for me.
Is it Bronn? Oh no, the guy was
That
more
guy's
heavily
bigger than
armored.
Bronn,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question, and I guess we'll figure it out next week. Yeah, Tyrion's back next week. I've been fine with having 2 episodes off, but now I'm ready for some more Tyrion.
Yeah, it's good to miss him.
Yes, definitely. And we'll get that new red woman.
Tyrion gets his dragon.
Oh, go back. We missed Arya. There was the waif.
Yeah.
But they didn't show Arya, right?
No.
Because they can't
Isn't
show
it
her.
Arya like jumping?
Yeah, I think that was the implication.
That's Arya?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was.
No, let me go back once more. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I think it is.
That damn montage just goes too fast.
Wish we had our gamma filter too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was.
It's Pod. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
I think that
that's
was-
probably
I think
Arya.
it was
That's
Arya.
probably
Yeah,
Arya,
that's
yeah.
probably Arya running through the streets.
So she's fine.
I was gonna say something
She's
else,
fine
and then
to run.
I totally lost
Jump
it.
off a roof.
Oh,
Assassin's Creed.
we did see in the camp, the northern camp, we saw Hornwood banners, right? The moose.
Yeah.
Oh, the moose.
Okay. So another small northern house has joined them as well.
Yeah, they didn't really mention them, poor Hornwoods.
Yeah,
Um,
but they have a cool banner.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, someone said. I think that's Bran jumping. Bran can't walk.
He also has short hair now.
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh yeah. He's all like sexy. lady.
Sexy, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Mira.
Oh, no Bran in the
No
preview
Bran.
and no Bran
Yeah.
today. Damn it.
I think the
just
next
want those
time we see
visions.
Bran, we're gonna get the Death of the Mad King and Tower of Joy
So finale.
finale. Yeah,
Damn. We might have 3 episodes with no Bran. That's a bummer.
2 episodes with no Bran.
Wasn't there today?
8 and 9. Oh yeah, today.
Yes, sir. So guys, I think that's about all we have to say. If you like this, click that thumbs up button. That helps us a lot. Yeah.
Mhm.
And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like I said when we started this, we do an edited version of this review that gets a little bit more in depth. We use show clips, and I started using maps. Did you see that? I used like a map, and
In the finished one.
in the finished one, you said you were drunk when you watched, so maybe. But yeah, there are maps with sigils and stuff. I don't know. I'm just trying to be really educational.
You should definitely watch it because as a show-only viewer, it puts everything together so
And-
much more for me.
Yeah, when we sit here and talk about all this stuff that maybe goes over your head if you're not as well versed, seeing the clips there and like what episode it's from helps a lot.
Yeah,
So-
it's much more distilled down and focused.
and those
yeah.
come out probably Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, it takes a long time to edit, but it's fun and it's good
Thanks for the
stuff.
thumbs up, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for all those thumbs up, and yeah, again, just subscribe.
Subscribe to Soundproofliz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here, pull up a link for just to make it super easy for them.
Leave that one.
Oh, leave that one. I'm sorry.
Here, I'll get you.
Were you looking up a theory about Lem?
Yep.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wanted to confirm that it was Richard Loudmouth.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of sad that we only have 3 episodes left of this season.
Me too.
Wow.
I'm really bummed out about this.
But you know what? I think
Short
now is a good enough
season.
time as any to announce that we're going to keep the Game of Thrones
Oh, sure.
live streams going on after the season ends. What we're going to do is do a book club So we're going to be rereading the books, and if you've already read them, you can reread them. If you haven't read them, you can read them for the first time, and we're going to go at a real easy pace, around 70 pages a week. So like that's 10 pages a night. You can do that before you go to sleep. But then we'll meet every Sunday at this same time and just talk about the chapters that we read. Maybe a little earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just want to keep going with Game of Thrones after the season ends. And, you know, we say all this book shit all the time. You guys can join in on the fun.
Yeah, we're going to have a whole year before the next season comes out, and hopefully by then there will be another book, too. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. As we said at the end of last year's What's in the Box, when the season ends, great time to read the books.
Yeah. Yeah.
So stay in Westeros, join us for our Song of Ice and Fire book club, whatever we end up calling it.
Yeah. What's in the book?
What's in the book? Lots and lots.
And yeah, when we start reading, you'll probably be like, I've already seen all this. It's the show. The first book in the first season.
Game of Thrones is a very
similar,
strict adaptation to season 1 of Game of Thrones.
But after that, it's like...
We're going to start from book 1. We're going to start from Waymar, Royce, and the North of the Wall.
North of the Wall. Oh. Yeah, I'm glad you guys look excited. And yeah, it's summer reading. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And
I'm excited to listen to you guys talk about more Game of Thrones things, so I can pretend that I thought of these things when I talk to other people.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing.
Yeah, steal our ideas and impress your friends.
Lemon Coat, he's in the new episode.
Lemon Coat, let me tell you.
That would be fun to do a video where we play the Game of Thrones board game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. I still haven't played it.
I'd also be down to make more videos like What's on the Box, but about like a specific house or an event in history. Although a house would be easy because we could use clips from the show to illustrate our points.
For the
Game
major
of Thrones
houses.
for beginners.
Yeah.
Like maybe a crash course before next season, maybe.
Yeah.
Leave in the comments what kind of Game of Thrones content you'd like to see from us before next season.
Yeah, once the stream ends, the chat will go bye-bye, but you can leave comments on the video because it stays up. We're going to leave this video up even after we put up the edited version just because this is fun to watch, hopefully.
And Liz isn't in the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Our channel's turning into a Game of Thrones.
It is turning into
Disney
a
and Game of Thrones.
Disney and Game of
Thrones.
There's sketches too, guys.
Yeah, but you know why people come here.
Yeah, I know. I know.
All right, guys, I think that's about it. Anyone else have any final thoughts? Liz, did you have?
What'd you think of the episode? Rate the episode. As a show watcher.
Honestly, I don't know how to rate the episodes because I just watch it and I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it as well. I liked this one a lot.
I don't know if like you guys, I can't remember the episode names. I don't remember what happens in which episode. It all just blends together for me.
But James and I put all the clips from the old ones in.
So that's why we know.
True. Okay, yeah. I get that.
Hey, can we do all of season 1 episode names? Do you think?
Yes, I do.
1, Winter's Coming. 2,
the King's Road.
3,
Lord Snow.
4,
Cripples, Backers, and Broken Things.
5, The Lion
and the Wolf. 6, A Golden Crown.
Yep. 7.
Both of you pause.
7 is... 7 is You Win or You Die?
Maybe.
What's 8?
I don't know. 9's Baelor.
Baelor.
10?
Mother of Dragons?
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
I guess we can't do it. That's what we learned today. But
you just remember them from editing What's on the Box?
Just from editing, we know the titles.
Okay.
And I made all the lower thirds.
Yeah.
So we know. But
40-second challenge.
40-second challenge.
I give it 20 good men. Good rating.
Yeah, it looks like it's generally about a 7, 6 to 8.
Yeah, I wasn't the whole time I wasn't
Oh, I think this is a B+. I really liked it, but I like the talky episodes.
I do like the talky episodes.
I was disappointed, and I wouldn't have this disappointment if it wasn't from the books. But there's an amazing speech that this episode is named after, and it's maybe the best written passage in all of those books.
In about a year and a half, you'll see it on the book club.
Yeah. It's just they're with Septon.
Fire and Blood is not 10. Fire and Blood is one of the more recent episodes.
But yeah, Septon Ray Maribald just starts talking about how it is when men go off to war. and then all of a sudden you're 3 pages later and he's still talking. It's just this huge monologue.
Amazing.
But yeah, you realize
it's a thesis statement for,
and you're like,
for the series.
Amazing.
I think it's
it's pretty. It's like almost.
It is You Win or You Die.
Oh, You Win or Die. Nice.
What's 8 then?
I don't know.
Whatever. Sorry.
Yeah, it's an almost like transparent message from George R. R. Martin. Like this is a big part of what these.
And I get why they couldn't have the full thing in the show.
Well,
One, it's really long. 2, it comes after a novel where, like, in the 4th book, Brienne's chapters are all just her wandering around looking for Sansa and Arya, and she never finds them. And then she finds this guy, and he gives this speech about all the people she's seen, how they've been affected, how war breaks people. And I know that build-up isn't here. We're kind of past that point in the show. But they had Ian McShane, who's an amazing actor.
He's so good. I can't believe we haven't really talked about Ian McShane.
Yeah. I mean, right off the bat, you were like, I love him.
Yeah.
Just off his first shot, because he was so
You're just
likable.
like, ha ha ha.
His eyes
Yeah.
are so expressive.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer that he's gone. It's a bummer he didn't get to give the best speech from the books, but it was still a good episode.
It is the pointy end.
Episode 8.
Damn it.
Oh, nice. Good job, guys. You probably looked it up.
Google.
But good job. And anyone know 10? Is it Mother of Dragons? I don't think it is. Okay.
We'll look it up.
Yep. All right. So, yeah, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and tune in on Friday when we have our edited version. Also, this week we're releasing a fun 30 Rock Game of Thrones crossover.
Oh my god.
So if you remember Game of Thrones or 30 Rock, look for that.
Yep.
I've been working on it so hard.
I can't wait
a
for
lot of
that.
fun.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
really
fun.
fun. It's
a lot
like
of
30
fun.
seconds, but it's great.
Yeah.
But until next time, I'm James.
I'm James.
I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Lizzie.
Yeah, and this has been
The What's in the Box live stream.
the live stream. Thanks.
All right. Bye, everybody.